this Saturday, I will start a study with a native speaker. He's from Spain. He doesn't speak Russian. And
so, how will you do it?
Could you repeat?
How will you do it if he doesn't speak Russian? Because, as I understood, your level is just a beginner.
Yeah, my level is just a beginner, but he speaks English too, and I think that we could solve this problem.
Okay, I see. What's the weather like in your place?
Sorry?
What's the weather like in your place?
Oh, about 0.
Zero!
Like
oh my God! Is it snowing?
No, not yet.
Not yet. What about rain?
What?
What about rain?
Rain? No.
No rain. So just 0.
Yeah, 0.
Extremely cold. Do you like such weather?
No, I hate it.
You hate it. Okay, as I understood, you are a sunny girl more than a one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as you see, the topic of our discussion today will be the best city in the world, and everything connected with cities, the best one, the worst one, some city problems, and everything we'll discuss it during our tonight's conversation. So first of all, I would like you to give me a little presentation of the city where you live. So tell me everything you can about your favorite city, your native city, actually.
As you already know, I live in Perm. This city is situated in on Ural Mountains. From Moscow to my city, about 1,000 kilometers. So I don't know about climate, but as you already know that it's cold. It's very cold. Then what else about my city? Population, about 1 million people. And my city is very big because we have a lot of outskirts in our city. So that's it, I think. That's general information.
Tell me some words about the architecture of the city.
Architecture. If it is possible to call architecture.
So it's not very beautiful?
It's not very beautiful, and my city isn't rich of architecture, of very spectacular buildings, very picturesque, I don't know, works of art. But we have a very interesting art gallery, and we have art gallery of contemporary art.
So do you sometimes visit these places?
Yes, of course, but frankly speaking, if I compare our art galleries in, for example, in Europe and art gallery in my city, it's impossible to compare.
Okay, I see. Anatoly, can you hear us? Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, I can.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And as I know, Julia is fine as well. So what's new with you? How was your week?
It was maybe usual week. I don't think that I can mention something unusual.
Okay, I see. So we have already started discussing our topic of tonight. So we are talking about cities, different ones. And can you please be so kind and give us a little presentation of the city where you live? Some common information.
Okay, I live in Moscow. It is the capital city of Russia. This is a very big city. I think the population here is more than 10 million people. It is located in the European centrum of European part of Russia. I think maybe it could be the main information.
Okay, okay. So I will ask you some questions, so you still continue speaking about your native cities, okay? So, Julie, tell me please, how old is your city? If you know.
Right. No, I don't know.
But maybe approximately?
No, I don't know. I can search in Google.
Yeah, can you do it now while Anatolий is answering? Anatolий, I guess you know how old Moscow is.
I think I don't remember. We celebrate 600, I think, years, or maybe
600 years in September, right? You have a day of the city.
Yes, yes. But the day of the city, I think it is not linked with the day of when the city was set. I think it is just a randomly chosen day in the beginning of autumn. Other good opportunity for people to celebrate.
Okay, I see. So, Julie, how is it going?
The first mentioning about my city, about Perm, was in 1647. So,
okay,
I'm not really good in mathematics.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, not a very young one. Okay.
Yes.
I told that it's quite an old city. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not young.
Yes, no.
Okay. My next question to you is: can you please describe the center of the city? If I'm a tourist coming to your city, what will I see in the city center? Julie.
So in my city center, you can see, as I already said, art gallery. Then gallery of contemporary art, of modern art, modern and contemporary art. It calls Perm with the double M. Also you can see different historical buildings. Frankly speaking, I don't remember the name of this building, but it's, if I'm not mistaken, there were houses of rich people. I don't know how in English,
Kupец?
Yes, something like that.
So, 1 second, I don't remember either. I will consult a dictionary. Sorry, yeah, merchant.
There were houses of merchants. Then
I'm sorry, you can see this word in our chat.
Okay, see, thank you. In the very city center, you can see modern life of our city, different clubs, pubs, different boutiques, and something like that.
You know, in every Russian city, more or less big, you can see a statue of Lenin or somebody from that epoch. Can I see it in your city?
Yes, but it's not a statue, it's a monument of Lenin. It's situated in the very city center. And near to this monument, you can see our national, I don't know, sculpture. It calls Пермяк соленые уши.
Oh, what is it exactly? Is it a person?
No, it's a circle with earth.
With ears?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. So, do you have any kind of touristic attraction or something? I mean, that you should grab these ears and do something?
Yes, we have.
Any tradition?
Yes, we have very modern. I don't know what is that monument. No, installation. It's a very big P later, P, which was built with дрова.
Дрова?
Yes.
Firewoods. One second.
Yeah, with firewoods, it's extremely enormous monument, and it was built about I don't know 5 years ago, and this monument every time is criticized by the overwhelming majority of people from Perm because it's quite strange.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much for your detailed information. Anatoly, you, I guess you have a lot of information to share with us about the city center of Moscow.
Yes, and I'd like to ask Yulia, what do you see?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
Didn't.
So something happened with the connection. Anatoly, can you hear us? No? So sorry. Something happened. Okay, Julie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Anatoly. Oh, so sad. Maybe he will come back later. So, Julie, can we continue?
Sorry?
Can we continue? Julie, can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay, so Anatoly is here again. Can you hear us?
Yes,
okay,
I can hear you.
What was your question? Can you repeat, please?
Yes, my question is about city of which Julia described. What is your city, Julia?
My city is Perm.
Sorry, we have some bad connection. Anatoly, can you hear me?
Yes, but I can't hear Yulia.
I'm from Perm.
Julia is speaking about Perm.
Yes, okay, understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, as for Moscow.
Yes, about Moscow. I think we can call as a center of Moscow Red Square. You can see in my screen now I'm using possibility of Yandex Map.
Okay, great.
It's the picture here about from Moscow much better than from Google Map. And this is Red Square. You can see edge of Moscow Kremlin. And you asked Yulia about Lenin monument, and it is definitely the most famous monument, mausoleum of Lenin. Necropole, maybe. I don't know how.
Oh, Anatoly, by the way, sorry, have you ever visited the mausoleum?
Yes, but a very long time ago, when I was when I was child.
Can you please tell me? I'm very curious. What do you feel when you see the figure of Lenin?
I didn't have much feelings about his body in that time, but I can compare it. I visited 2 years ago with my wife Ленинские горки near Vidna, where he lived last years. We were almost alone there, and a guide also. We visited Moscow room, his apartment from the Kremlin. was moved to this place, to the Gorky. And we were there only with guide, and I remember he showed us, for example, one book, and he showed his description about this book, notes about this book, and he showed, for example, equipment which was used by Vladimir Lenin for wetting fingers when he changed pages in the book. And he gave us in our arm, and we were very impressed. And we understood that he was also a live person, how we can say, maybe not ordinary, but also he has a family. He gave refugee for his brother, for example, sister, etc. And he visited ordinary people who were farmers, maybe not farmers, who work on the earth.
You mean peasants? Yeah.
Peasants, yes. And it was very interesting, especially because we were alone, and we can load to atmosphere of his life last years. It was very memorable.
I see. Very interesting story. So, if we go back to the hotels, can we see there? Can you hear me, Julie?
Yeah, I hear you.
You hear? Oh, something happened again. Okay. So I guess we should continue. Julie, can you tell me a few words about the security of your city? Tell me if you feel safe.
Okay. So, as you already know, that I live in not the very city center of my city. I live in outskirts, and I don't remember. Maybe I already told you that in my city there is stereotype because that my outskirts is extremely dangerous, extremely extremely dangerous place. Yeah, criminal place, but it's not true. And I feel myself safety in my outskirts. And what about the very city center? I'm sure that our city is not very criminal, and all my friends, all my relatives are safe themselves, very safe too. Yes.
Okay, I see. Let's have a little discussion about the infrastructure. I want to ask you, do you have enough hospitals, schools, kindergartens, supermarkets, and necessary places like post offices, banks, chemists, and etc.? I mean, places which you visit every day.
Okay. Right now, my city is growing every day, and it's reaching every day. And I like infrastructure of my city because we have enough hospitals, as I already said, banks, etc. And I think that in future our city will grow more and more, and our infrastructure will be improving.
Okay, I see. As for places of entertainment, you are a young girl full of energy. I guess you love dancing and, I don't know, having some fun, hanging out with friends. So do you have places? Or maybe you would like to have something else?
No, I think that we have enough places for having fun, for hang out with our friends. For example, we have different types of clubs, of pubs, bars, etc. And I think that all people can find in our city what he or she really likes.
Mm-hmm. So, can I ask you, are you a party animal? It's a special name for a person who likes parties very much.
About myself?
Yeah.
Party animal.
Mm-hmm. The special name, you see?
Yeah, I see. So about myself, no, I'm not party animal. I like spend my spare time with friends, with in bars, for example, because in these places we can just talk and just have fun. And yeah, sometimes I visit clubs, but I'm not really crazy about that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not party anymore.
So, what about karaoke?
Karaoke? No.
No. So you don't visit and you don't sing.
I don't visit it.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Anatoly, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Anatoly.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So here we are again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, can you please continue talking about the city center?
We can find there on the Red Square the most famous o'clock, Spasskaya Tower. It is located on the Spasskaya Tower. It is a very famous o'clock. I'm not sure, maybe we need to call it not o'clock and watch.
No, watch, it's something that you wear here. You should call it just clock.
Clock, okay.
Clock. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It is famous because partly because we can hear it if, of course, we wake up very early in the morning on the radio. And during the famous holiday like New Year.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? We can see on the Red Square also very beautiful church. We call it a literal translation Vasily. I don't know Vasily Blаженный, but I don't.
You know, there is an English name. There is an English name. They call it Saint Basil's Cathedral.
Saint Basil's Cathedral, and a very expensive shop.
Shopping center.
Shopping center, yes. And
actually,
inside,
actually, it's. I'm sorry, it's not a shopping center. There is a special name. How to say универмаг?
Store, maybe.
Department store.
Department store. Okay.
So this is it. What about
inside,
the monument?
Inside. Yes.
The monument of Minin and Požarsky.
Yes, it was set or built in the a worm not of victory after Poland occupation, and it is located near a Lobная place, I think we can call it.
Yeah, why not?
Where in the ancient times were made executors of people who were involved in fighting against SARS, for example.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. Now I want you to tell me about your favorite place in your city. Tell me what it is, where it is situated, and why you like it so much. Why is it so special for you, Julie?
Okay, so I would like to tell you about my favorite place. Is cafe, coffee. It's called Sister's Bar, and it is situated in the city center of my city, in historical building. So I like this place because in this place there is unforgettable atmosphere. I don't know why, but all people who come in our city include foreigners, people. Very love this place. So what else? Yes, I like this place because of unforgettable, absolutely unforgettable atmosphere. And in this cafe, you can not only eat, you can take books from a bookshop. And you just can see it on подоконник. I don't know.
It is called window sill.
You can see it on window sill. Drink, I don't know, wine or beer, and read rare books. Because in this bookshop, there are a lot of rare books, different languages. So yeah, I like this place. It's my favorite one.
Okay, okay, I see. Very nice place, interesting to visit. Anatoly, what about you?
I like place near Moscow River, and I can share. I think I show it.
Yeah, you showed us some pictures, but anyway.
For example, this few photos I made in the spring this year. You can see it is near Moscow River. I don't know how we can call flower. It is sirene. Maybe it is similar in English. And
actually, we don't. I'm sorry, Anatoly. Are you showing us something? Because we don't see anything. Yes.
It may be a slow internet connection.
Oh, maybe. So, if we speak about city in English, it is called lilac.
Lilac. Okay. And it is the longest road in Moscow, and there is, I think it is Yuri Visber song lyrics where he said that he called it as the longest way in Moscow, the longest path, the longest avenue, maybe literal translation in Moscow, Moscow River. Yes, and near this place in the center of Moscow is was built a very large green area, park, and I think in the future we can see more and more places near Moscow River which would dedicated special for pedestrian zones for people without cars, for people who are doing exercises.
doing, not making.
Doing my exercises. I rode on this path almost every sunny weekend's day, and I meet on this path lots of foreigners. Maybe foreigners they understood all advantages, benefits of working here more than native residents, because, as I said before, I noticed it is definitely a trend, and many young, not young and old people, they are doing exercises, walking, running, riding on the skies and bicycles, and every month I noticed more and more people participate in that activity. That's good.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. My next question to you will be about transport system in your city. I want you to tell me about the best types of transport I can use as a tourist, and maybe some comments about the price of the ticket. And also I would like to know if you think you need one more type of transport in your city, but you still don't have it. Julie.
Okay.
What can you tell us about transport?
So I think that the best type of transport in my city, it's car. Because in my city, to be fair, we have no very good transport infrastructure. Our roads is far from perfection. Are far from perfection. Yes. About buses, we have a lot of old buses, and I don't know about prices of buses because I use car.
Okay, I see. So you are far from rich people, right?
But yes, I don't know prices of public transport, and also we haven't underground because it's impossible in our city because underground we have waters. And it's impossible to build underground infrastructure in our city.
But just remember the example of St. Petersburg. They still have water and they are underground.
Yes. I don't hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you
the
hear
same for me. Now, okay. Yeah.
I don't hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
I told you to... Can you hear me?
Yes, right now.
So I told you about the example of St. Petersburg.
Yes, I know, but maybe it's just a version not to build in our city underground, but I don't know, frankly speaking, but it's one of the versions why our government doesn't want to build it in our city.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. Anatoly, what about transport system in Moscow?
I think residents of Moscow have very great benefit compared with other people in Russia using underground metro. It is very convenient. It is crowded sometimes, but for me it is very convenient, and I mostly use it as a transport. Much more seldom I use other public transport like buses or cars.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so, and how much is one ride in the underground now? Anatoly?
If yes, if 30 rubles for one
30
ticket.
Okay, I see. So my next question to you will be to speak about the problems your city faces every day. And just imagine, if you were a mayor of the city, how would you improve the situation? Julie.
Okay, as I already said, that we have disgusting roads in our city.
Disgusting what? Roads.
Roads, yes, in our city. And I don't know why the government doesn't do anything for improve it. If I was a mayor of the city, I think that I would try to solve this problem. For example, also our city are very crowded of cars. We have too much traffic, and bad roads, too much traffic. It's a huge problem of our city. And as a mayor, I think that I will build double roads. I don't know how to say, but maybe you know that, for example, in Tokyo, they have, do you understand? Yes, I think that I would chosen this type of road infrastructure for our city, and I think that's it.
So this is the main problem, roads.
Yes.
Tell me, please, Julia, do you have a lot of traffic jams?
Yes. As I already say, we have a lot of traffic every day, and in every road we have every day 9 pounds of traffic on our roads. Yes.
Oh my God.
Because
so is it does this situation happen all day long or in some specific hours?
No, in some specific hours. Час пик. I don't know how to say it in English.
Anatoly, do you know how to say час пик?
Russian hours, like this. Russian hours.
Rush hour.
Rush hour.
Thank you.
Okay. Julie, you see?
So yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, Anatoly, what about Moscow and its problems? I guess there are a lot of them.
Yes, the same problem with traffic, and I can suggest, but I'm not sure, it is just my expression. When I visited New York, it was one of the most surprising things for me. I didn't see the traffic jam, how it say, stuck, when lots of cars stuck in traffic. And I think the solution was that they have one road in one how it say направление, and one
direction.
One direction, yes, one direction, and next street or avenue opposite direction. Maybe this is a solution. And if I was a mayor, I could increase discipline of bosses of some small districts, and it is surprisingly when we can see in one district lots of trash, papers and other trash on the streets, and if we move to the other part of Moscow, it's clear, and it's very maybe not clear when somebody cares about what is around him or her, and the reason is in a different attitude of people who care, who responsible for the порядок, order, yes. And I think it is necessary to improve the order of their job. And next problem is environment. Environment in Moscow, and we need to put some entertainment and companies who produce what harm our environment to the other place where
you mean you want to relocate these companies,
relocate, right? Yes.
Okay, I see. Very good. Anatoly?
Yes, I didn't hear last.
Yeah, sure. Now I want you to give you a chance to express your, I don't know, fantasy. I would like each other one or two cities. So Julie, you will ask Anatoly about Moscow, and he will ask you about Perm.
Oh, sorry?
Julie?
It's very difficult.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, right now, yes, I hear. But before I didn't.
Okay, so I want to give you a chance to ask questions yourself.
Okay.
So, you see?
Yeah.
So you will ask questions, one or two questions to Anatoly about his city, and he will do the same about your city. So, little and ask your first question.
Okay, so it's very interesting to me, and I would like to ask you one question. Why do you like your city? What's the main reason why you like your city?
Oh, it seems that it is a simple question, but it is not so simple. I like Moscow very much. It is always was the city of my dream. I studied here in university, and I come back after several years living in other city to that city. It is I think it is a good nature. Comparing with my native city, where I lived before in Saratov, it is much greener background, lots of trees and lots of parks here. And it is very convenient to live here. Good transport system, and the most important possibility to find a job and level of life in Moscow much bigger than in other cities. But I liked Moscow in previous years for maybe atmosphere of international city, because lots of people, students, for example, they are studying here together, and it is a centrum of Moscow, of Russia, and sometimes it seems like a center of the world for me. I like this city.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting.
Thank you.
So, Anatoly, now it's your turn. Your question to Julia about her city.
Okay, Julia, what is the most popular places for residents of your city, Perm, for relaxed activities?
For relaxed activities. So, first of all, I would like to notice that, as I think, that the most crowded place in my city, in weekends, for example, Gorkovsky Park. It's a park with a lot of
attractions.
Attractions, okay, with a lot of attractions, with a lot of events for children, for adult people as well. Then art gallery. We have a very interesting, very spectacular gallery in a historical building, and it's very interesting that a lot of people prefer to visit it in weekends. I don't know, maybe you know that our city is stayed on Kama River, and in summertime, a lot of people spend their spare time on the beach, and we have right now a lot of clear beaches with good infrastructure. Yes, I mentioned three the most significant, the most interesting places in my city.
Okay, Julie, thank you. Can you ask one more question?
Okay. What is the most disadvantage of living in Moscow?
Disadvantages. Many people think that rhythm of time in Moscow very difficult for personal people, because it seems everything is running, and sometimes for people who came to Moscow, they think that people here don't have good relationships between them, because everybody are busy, they care about their own deals. They are thinking about surviving in a very big megapolis, and I think it could be disadvantages. And when I, for example, come back to my home city, Saratov, I feel it also. Difference between relationships here and relationships in countryside, in not so big city, megapolis like in Moscow.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Anatoly, your question to Julia.
About Perm, and what do you think citizens of your city think about disadvantages of that city comparing with maybe Moscow or other big city? The question similar like you asked me about disadvantages.
Okay. About disadvantages, as I already said, it's our roads. It's the most significant disadvantage of our city. Then about jobs, no, it's not a disadvantage. It's very easy to find a job in our city, and not many people go to Moscow, for example, for find a job, or find a well-paid job. I think that in our city everything is okay.
So there are no disadvantages.
No, maybe ecology. Because in outskirts we have a lot of factories, very harmful factories for our health. For example, I live near to Kirovsky factory. It produces weapons. Yes, it produces weapons, and every night it released a lot of gases in atmosphere. And sometimes I feel myself not very well, and my parents, my friends who lives in my outskirts, the same situation, absolutely. So yes, I think that everything is okay, as I already said in our city.
Julia, tell me, my personal question. Are you going to stay in Perm, or you will move to another place?
Yes, in my future, I would like to move to another place. So it's not in Russia; it's in United Kingdom. In Manchester.
So, why do you want to move there? What's so special about the place?
Yeah, it's my favorite city, which I have already visited. So I was living there the first time 1 month, and the second time 1 month too. So first of all, I like atmosphere of this city because it comply with my ages right now. Because it's very young city, it's city for students, for spare a lot of time out. Yes, and first of all, yes, I like the city because of its atmosphere. Then I would like to study there because I really liked Manchester Metropolitan University. And in the future, I would like to study there. And I like everything in that city, but weather I don't like.
Yeah, weather is such a minus of Great Britain. I understand you perfectly. Okay. Yeah, Anatoly, what about you? What are your plans for the future? Are you going to stay in Moscow, or you would like to come back to Saratov?
No, I think Moscow is one of the best cities for living in the world. I can compare it with lots of cities abroad, and it seems that they are very beautiful, comfortable, but after staying more than a week there, I usually begin to think about Moscow, and I think it is a very good place. I don't think that I could be happy in New York. By the way, I met in New York my classmate randomly in the Russian district of on the Brighton Beach. And he wasn't happy.
How is it possible?
It happened randomly. He was in. He maybe because he not didn't have skills in English, and he spent more time in Russian district. And when we visited in last days of our trip this Russian area, Brighton Beach in New York, that he came to me and looked to my eyes and asked me, "Are you Anatoly?" Yeah, wow. We lived in one street in Saratov.
Okay, I see. So you mean that he was the first who recognized you, right?
Yes, yes. And he wasn't happy to live there in New York. He thought about moving to Philadelphia, maybe. I lost connection with him after that, and I don't know how is going for him life there. But when we sat in one cafe on the Brighton beach, he asked me, "Do you remember what was the taste of beer there in Saratov?" And comparing with this beer, it doesn't possible to drink. It doesn't have any taste.
So he was homesick. You know, there is a special word.
Homesick. I'm. Yes.
Homesick. It means
yes. He thought about home city. I think yes. I think I would prefer to live in Moscow, campaign with other maybe big and comfortable city like London, New York, etc. It's more convenient for me to live here.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So, my last question to you will be: how do you see the future of your city? So, Julie.
The future in my city? Yes, I think that my city will grow every year, and I don't know, maybe you know that once our city was choose like a cultural capital of Ural. And this type, this sphere, I don't know, of our city is improving every year, every time, and I think that we have good opportunities to be cultural city. Yes, and I think that our future will be very successful. I don't know.
Okay, and you will live in Manchester, right?
Yes, but I would like to live in Manchester.
Okay, I see. Anatoly.
But maybe, maybe after Manchester, after living in Manchester, I will come in my home city because I really like it.
I see. Anatoly.
Yes. Can you hear my screen?
The same.
I can.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. It is.
Yes.
Yes. It is a photo which I took 1 month ago in the center of Moscow. Can you imagine? It is really center of Moscow, but it looks like
very beautiful
center of a very big forest. And I hope that in the future Moscow will be more and more comfortable for living. But also I think about population. It is not possible to increasing constantly. It could be follow to crisis, maybe crisis of population. I don't know. I hope for the good future for Moscow.
Yes, sure, and I wish both all those things that you mentioned. So my participation as usual. You are my two constant listeners and participants actually. So thank you very much for your opinions and for your views, for your ideas. So as usual, I am expecting you to be here next Thursday, the same time, the same day. So it will be a new topic for us to discuss. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening and see you. Goodbye.
Have a good evening too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.